Hey, my name is Bijai Jones. I'm a strength and conditioning coach / personal trainer. I'm going to show you a couple moves to prepare yourself and your body before games. A lot of basketball players have stiff backs, stiff ankles, and their hips are stiff, but they still want to jump higher, move faster, and play better defense. So this is going to be a 3-part series. I'm going to start you off with mobility drills and activation drills just to allow your body to be more prepared for the physical exertion that you're about to do throughout basketball practice, games, and even street ball. So I'm going to take you to the next step. Again, it is very important that you pay attention to how I wrap my wrist in this band. Allow my wrist just to be relaxed and my hand not to be in any tight motion. I don't want to build any stiffness as I'm about to do a joint distraction and relieve all tension in my pec, my back, my shoulder. I just want to lay limp and allow my body to be loose because it takes 2 minutes minimum to release soft tissue. In this position, you can notice that my wrist is completely supported by the band. I'm not holding on to it and nothing at all. You want to hold this position from anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes to manipulate the soft tissue. It's important that you notice that I don't place the band too high above my ankle joint, right around the ankle joint, because remember, we're going to do a joint distraction right around the ankle joint. So once we begin the movement, I would like for you to make sure that you secure your band at a lower position. A lot of people place this too high, so it benefits from getting optimal results from the joint distraction. Again, once you get the hang of it, you'll notice how I keep it low. Now my feet are kind of large, so my ankle joint seems like it's a little higher than most. I would like for you to notice from this angle how my knee is trying to go over my toe, and then I will return back to a neutral position standing up, and then I will push my knee over my toe, returning to a neutral position standing back up while keeping a resistance band located around the ankle joint. Again, I emphasize around the ankle joint. Please don't go too high. Now here comes the fun part. You'll notice I push my knee forward over the middle toe, and then I'll push the inside of my knee outside of my pinky toe. Now I still have tight ankle joints and I'm working on building mobility in this position, but I want you to notice that I take the middle of my knee over my middle toe, then I take the inside of my knee to the outside of my pinky toe. That is the goal. You'll do a rep of 15. So that means over the middle toe, then over the pinky toe. That counts as 1. You'll take this rep to 15. This is the dreaded couch stretch. Make sure that your knee is secured against the wall, your foot is secure against the wall. Then you hold this position for a little bit. Allow it to get your stable midline, and then you'll begin to move forward in the position by picking your right leg up, securing that position again, rechecking for a stable midline, and then we'll move to the next position. Now that I'm coming up from the lower position to bring my chest up and stabilize my midline by pushing my chest plate down, pelvic thrusting so I can feel the stretch all the way through to my hip flexor. This stretch is very important because it will loosen up the groin adductor and release the piriformis and the gluteus maximus. Very important stretch for all athletes. This is one of my favorite stretches. It works on the inner thigh all the way from the adductor complex to hamstring, as well as it is a technical frog, so it's a great mobility dynamic stretch. It's not just a static stretch, it's a dynamic stretch. So this is a good stretch for anybody who's doing a lot of lateral movements. Again, this is the same stretch, just looking at it from another angle. You can notice how I'm trying to push my glute to my foot and keep my foot lined up behind my knee. Again, another great stretch, dynamic movement. You're not static, you're not holding it, and this will really help for anybody doing lateral movements. Don't I look happy? But for this next exercise, you can use a foam roller or any type of sphere. This is a T-spine rotation. It's important that you place your knee and your leg along the foam roller. Make sure that it is firmly pressed throughout the whole rotation. And I will open up and try to reach my shoulder all the way to the opposite side. Again, it's very important that you see that I open up completely and staying in a straight line with my arms. Again, as you notice, nothing's changed but just a different object under my knee. It's important that I keep my knee pressed firmly to the object, keep a stable midline, and open across, and trying to build a better rotation and more mobility in my spine from my lumbar to my thoracic. Now this drill starts from a neutral position on all fours. I'm going to begin to put my right arm behind the back of my head and reach down to my opposite knee and bring that arm all the way up to the ceiling. This is important to build thoracic spine mobility, and this is very important to be a better athlete. You're going to need a full range of motion. Now I want you to notice now I'm sitting on my heels and I'm going to begin the same motion. I need my glutes to touch my heels, squish down in a ball, put my hand behind my elbow and try to reach to the center of my body and then reach back to the ceiling and look up. So I'll go from one position down and to look up to build lumbar mobility. And again, that is very important to protect the hips. I would like for you to notice the lumbar mobility drill from a different angle. Notice that I'm trying to reach to the center of my body and not reach and touch the ground. Just to the center of my body, reach my arm all the way up to the ceiling, reach to the center of my body, and reach my elbow all the way to the ceiling. Not too far across, but just up to the ceiling to improve mobility. Alright, now I've taken you through some of the mobility drills. A lot of these exercises are really to prepare your body to have a full range of motion and make sure that you don't force any impingements on your hips, your ankle, and just make sure that you're moving with flow and not more of a clash against the joints. That's why some of the ankles feel like you just rolled your ankle and you didn't do anything, or you get done playing and your hip is really tight and you can't find out why, or your lower back just begins to ache when some of you guys play defense. So hopefully these can help you.